Have you ever had a difficult time speaking up for yourself or setting limits on what you allow into your life? And this week on Stop, Look, and Listen with Samantha, I am dedicating time to talk about boundaries. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for alerts. You're not going to want to miss it. Boundaries are a good thing. You're telling someone that you want to have a relationship with them, but you're just setting the tone of how you expect to be treated. The boundary has to be about you. So it's deciding what and who you allow into your life. And you can do that in stages. Here we see an example of a boundary. If we take a look at the solid line, I'll refer to that as the initial stage. So when you're getting to know someone, you're deciding, are you going to come into my world or are you going to stay on the outside? Let's take a look at the line in between the boundaries. If you notice, it's double-sided, and the reason for that is because I want you to think about a boundary as a way to let someone in, but also to move someone out. And we look at the solid line as a final line of protection where someone reaches a limit of no longer having any access to you. Where am I? Well, it looks like you just got placed into F around and find out. This is where people go when they don't respect the boundaries that are given to them, or their actions are so egregious that the person has chosen to protect themselves by placing you in a state of having no access to them in the future. Enjoy! The inner circle represents all of you. So that would be an example of letting someone completely in. As you can see, in between that, there are a couple of dash lines. So getting to know someone and letting them in from being on the outside to building trust, and you get a little bit closer and eventually you come into the full circle. If we walked into a crowded room and somehow saw everyone's boundaries light up around them, they would all look very different. So here we have an example of someone with no boundaries, which means that everybody can get in. There's no control system. There's no communication of what's expected. The next example is someone that has a solid line, which means that no one is getting in. The next example you have is where someone lets people into a superficial level, but then never lets anyone get really close. The last example is where someone would allow someone to come in and out through a stage of boundaries, but as you can see, there's no final protection line where you say enough is enough. Hit subscribe because my next video is going to be how to set and enforce boundaries. Thank you for watching Stop, Look, and Listen with Samantha. I believe in you.